What's going on, everyone? It's Sean with another Tesla video, and in this one I spent $2,500 on a repair on my Model S, and I'm going to get into exactly what Tesla did. So I noticed that I was hearing this gradual noise as I would go over small bumps, not big ones at high speeds, but small bumps. I would hear like this kind of deep rattle sound, like something heavy was moving around or shifting, and it would be as I would go over, let's say, a speed bump or a small crack in the road. I would get this rattling sound. Seemed like it was isolated to the front of the car, not the back of the car, so I decided to take it in. Tesla had it for about a week, and they determined that some of the components of the front suspension were just worn out and loose, and they needed to be replaced. So the first piece that they replaced was the front suspension lower aft link assembly, and that one was both of those needed to be replaced, so $240 per. The next component was the front suspension stable bar link, both left and right, and those were $42.36 each, and then some additional bolts and things. The next thing was the lower control arm assembly. That one was $318.60. And then the lower control arm assembly, $318.60. And then Tesla also found that there was a small leak in the drive unit, so they replaced the axle seal on that. It's $3. I don't know what the $15 is for. AFT, I'm not quite sure. Output axle seal, yeah. So this had to do something with the drive unit, and there being some leaking there, not associated with the alignment. After working on the suspension, they actually did an alignment on the car as well, and everything seems to be working. Now when I go over speed bumps and cracks in the road, it feels a lot more firm. Not as loose. There's not that rattling sound that I was getting before. So hopefully I've resolved the issue of you know, the suspension or loose suspension that I was getting, and you know, the total damage came out to $2,536.24. My thoughts on this are, I think this is just normal wear and tear over 125,000 miles on my Model S. That's 25,000 miles in pretty much 3 months. If you remember the last video I did about mileage, it was around December or so, and I had just crossed over 100,000 miles. Now I'm about to hit 125,000 miles. So I don't think this is a lack of quality of Tesla. I know some people watching this will probably think Tesla's a piece of junk. They use poor parts, but I mean, these suspension pieces lasted 125,000 miles, and as I indicated in a previous video talking about how I thought my suspension was going bad, 100,000 miles is typically around the time that you start to see some wearing out of suspension parts. So I'm hopeful that I don't have another major replacement on the Model S for a while. In fact, I'm considering doing an update on how much my Tesla has cost me over the life of ownership of 125,000 miles. If you're interested in seeing that, put it in the comments down below. But I think I'm still faring well. I probably am not ahead as far as cost goes, because this one was quite expensive. I also had another expensive repair last August when I had the leak in the headliner. There was some water leakage in the headliner, and they had to replace some of the chrome trim along the top portions of the car, and that one was quite an expensive one. So I think I'm probably about break even if I compare it to a gasoline car. I'll have to run some numbers on that. Some of you might be wondering, what other issues am I seeing with the Tesla? I'm really not seeing any issues, especially major issues. You know, there are some creaks in the, I think in the headliner that I hear from time to time, but those will come and go strangely. So sometimes I'll hear them and then they'll just kind of wear out or go away. Outside of that, I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm seeing a little bit more wear in the driver's seat, just seeing the some of the color in some of the areas fade away, but that's about it. Everything else is holding up very, very well. I do have some wear on the front bumper. That seems to be increasing. I've thought about getting that repainted, but where my mind goes, if I get the bumper repainted, I might as well get the hood repainted, because that has some rock chips in it, and if I'm gonna pay to get that fixed, I want to get the hood fixed as well. And then I go down the road of, well, if I'm gonna get those two things fixed, I might as well pay for a wrap, a clear wrap on the front portion of the car. I think I've decided not to do a colored wrap. I don't know. I think it looks cool, but I don't know if it fits my personality. So everything is holding up really, really well. I was disappointed that I had to pay $2,500 to get the front suspension worked on, but I'm very pleased with the ride of the car, especially going over speed bumps and cracks. If you are in the market for a Model S or Model X, my referral code's down below. If you're not, you can still use that referral code to get a free test ride in the Tesla semi-truck by signing up for Tesla's email list. You can click that referral link. It'll pop up with a window to subscribe to their email list. And that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next one.